Breaking news overnight, a deadly ambush in Idaho. At least 2 firefighters were killed after responding to a brush fire. Our chief national correspondent, Matt Gutman, joins us with the latest. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Robin. Early afternoon yesterday, firefighters arrived near a routine local trailhead for what they thought was a routine wildfire. Instead, they began taking gunfire. 2 were killed, a 3rd wounded. A massive force of heavily armed law enforcement arriving, hikers sheltering in place. But that sniper, lethal and elusive, kept firing. Hours later, authorities finding him dead.
This was a total ambush. These firefighters did not have a chance.
It was 1:21 p.m. Sunday, and firefighters were responding to a routine wildfire call, racing to this black smoke seen off a local trailhead.
Right now, there's an active shooter zone.
But as firefighters prepared to battle the flames, suddenly shots ringing out from the hills above.
They're shot. Everybody's shot up here. Law enforcement, code 3 now up here. 2
firefighters were killed, another wounded, all of them ambushed.
I'm pinned down behind Battalion 1's rig. It's clear to me that this fire was set intentionally to draw us in.
Sirens heard throughout the neighborhood as roughly 300 law enforcement and first responders from Idaho and Washington state raced to the scene.
First really started hearing the sirens as far as kind of going up and down there. And immediately just kind of the tension really just kind of went up as far as all around town.
Officials delivering their grim assessment.
We do believe that the suspect started the fire, and we do believe that it was an ambush and it was intentional.
A standoff ensuing, officers exchanging fire with the suspect as helicopters with snipers scanning the forest as authorities tracked cell phone data which stayed in the same spot since 3:16 p.m. Eventually finding the man dead with a weapon nearby.
We had to scoop up that body, and we had to transport that body to a different location.
And some residents forced to shelter in place for over 4 hours, unable to escape. And then that solemn scene as a procession of law enforcement, firefighters, and ambulances brought the bodies of the 2 fallen firefighters to the medical examiner's office. Officials saying there's simply no training for this kind of situation.
This is something that we don't train for. It's not something we expect. It's not something our firefighters should have to deal with.
And now that tight-knit community left reeling.
Somebody lost their mom or their dad, or somebody's wife or husband isn't coming home tonight.
Now, initially, there was concern that there might have been multiple shooters. Officials now confirming there was a single shooter and no additional threat to the public. Officials are now focused on determining the identity of the shooter and a possible motive. Officers are still at that scene as firefighters are also working to contain the wildfire that suspect allegedly started. George.
Oh, what a horrible story. Okay, Matt, thanks very much.